What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Real Productions. It is Christmas week, you guys. I know you guys are going to be all extremely busy, spending time with your loved ones, opening gifts, eating eggnog, and just enjoying the holidays. I mean, these times are extremely important, especially if you value friendship, you value, family, everything to that core of what makes all of us so humane, honestly. I mean, I hope you guys are all taking time to yourselves. I know I'm going to have a limited release schedule for the week because I do want to spend some good quality time with my wife and son, watch some great Christmas movies like Bad Santa, A Christmas Story, Jingle All the Way, Home Alone 2, you name it, you guys. And I hope you guys are all doing well mentally, because I know during this season it can be kind of hectic buying gifts and things of that nature. I know everything's extremely expensive, so take time for you guys yourself and honestly just relax and enjoy the end of the year. Now, you guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Superman yet again. Now, Superman broke records for Warner Brothers and DC Studios, making it the highest viewed trailer for Warner Brothers and DC within the first 24 hours, clocking in at 250 million views, you guys. That puts that in the same ballpark as Deadpool and Wolverine, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man No Way Home. But the big question I'm seeing is, can Superman make $1 billion at the box office? I keep seeing that, and I keep seeing a lot of content creators talking about the success of Superman financially. And I'm like, it can, and it has the possibility. It really does, especially the hype and the buzz around this film right now, breaking records for the trailer, for the teaser trailer, you guys. Can you imagine when that full-length trailer hits, probably in February, attached to the Super Bowl? It is going to be ginormous. It's going to be huge. Now, I'm like, okay, it's in the same ballpark as those Marvel movies, like I, said, like Deadpool and Wolverine taking, that first spot at 365 million views. Spider-Man No Way Home, 355 million views. Endgame, the teaser, 289. And the official first trailer clocking in at 268 million views. Out of all those movies, the buzz, the hype was extremely large. Deadpool and Wolverine ended up making $1.3 billion. Spider-Man No Way Home, $1.9 billion. Sony's highest grossing film of all time. Avengers Endgame, I mean, come on, we all know that. $2.7 billion, the second highest grossing film of all time, right behind Avatar. Avatar is so extremely big, you guys. It's so ginormous. Maybe Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday can break those numbers, but it's going to be extremely difficult. Now, with Superman, you guys, can Superman make that $1 billion mark? I think that there's a strong chance and a strong possibility, especially when you think about the creative team and the creative mind behind this film, James Gunn. But then you also have to take into so many factors, so many, considerations of how has Superman done at the box office out of its entire live action, tenure. It hasn't been overly great. Now, if you adjust it for inflation, maybe. But Superman in 1978, you guys, made $300 million. Ginormous for the studio. Christopher Reeve killed it. Marlon Brando, you name it. And then Superman 2 came out and released, $216 million, a big drop. Superman 3, $80 million. Superman 4, just $30 million. And Christopher Reeves in the Superman documentary talked about the sequelitis and the problems that, that always circle around sequels. And I love that he did an interview and he talked about that, because it took away the love, it took away the appreciation, it took away the art form of just releasing a sequel just to release a sequel. You have to have a story told, and more importantly, a story that fans can really, we see eye to eye with. And that's why I think having James Gunn helm your film, and, you look at James Gunn's resume, that there is a spark, that there's this, an idea that there is so much to grow and so much to learn from this character of Superman when James Gunn is going to be helming it. So it's really exciting. But then you jump to Superman Returns, you guys, $391 million. Man of Steel made $670 million. There hasn't been a Superman film to make $1 billion. Like I said, if you adjust it for inflation, then possibility. My mind doesn't work like that. So if you guys have already adjusted for inflation, then let me know in the comments down below. But there hasn't been a big, massive draw, right? Now you look at James Gunn's resume, right? What has he done? He wrote Scooby-Doo in 2000. That was a big hit for the studio, but he didn't direct it. He wrote it. Scooby-Doo ended up making $275 million. Scooby-Doo, you guys. A smash hit at the box office. But then he went on to direct Slither, which I personally love, and I think is absolutely just gross. That made $12 million, not a lot of money. And then Marvel Studios had a meeting with him about a small group like the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that surprised everybody. Guardians of the Galaxy made $773 million at the box office. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 made $863 million at the box office. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, $845 million at the box office. So you can say James Gunn's tenure at Marvel has been really successful. Now, none of his films have made $1 billion, but they've been a success. There's been a profit. And that's one thing I always stress, or at least to me, that if you make a profit, your film is a success. If you make a profit, it doesn't have to reach the $1 billion club to be a success. That's what's so frustrating. And that's what's one of the problems right now with the comic book, film nerd community, is that, if it doesn't make $1 billion, it's not a success. It's a failure. It's a failure. That's not necessarily true, you guys. Black Panther 1 made $1 billion at the box office. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, you guys, didn't make $900 million at the box office, but it was a success for Marvel Studios. There's a profit. A profit. I can't stress that enough, you guys. And then James Gunn went to direct The Suicide Squad for Warner Brothers. That grossed $168 million. Now, we all know that there was in the mix of the pandemic and things of that nature. So many factors. That film was still a smash hit critically and among the fans. So much, James Gunn went on to go do Peacemaker Season 1. And then he went to go write Creature Commandos before he was CEO of DC Studios. So he's been a creative genius for Warner Brothers, and they love his work. The fans love his work. There has been this massive draw for James Gunn. So can James Gunn's Superman make $1 billion at the box office? It's a possibility, but who cares if it doesn't? It's not going to make $300 million. Superman is going to be in the ballpark of anywhere between $600 to $900 million. That's my prediction for Superman. Honestly, it's the start of the DCU. It has so much pressure, so much weight on its shoulders to succeed. Because if it doesn't succeed, you guys, and if it's not well received critically and amongst the fans, where do you go from here for James Gunn? Do you step down as CEO and return to Marvel Studios? I don't think so. I think James Gunn, he loves this stuff so much. It means the world to him. The source material, the world, the comic books. I love the fact that he says that if the script isn't where it needs to be, nothing gets green lit. Period. Not like Marvel Studios, where they green light everything. And then guess what? The script is never made and you have delays like Blade. The fact that James Gunn understands that the story is essential to everything. If the script isn't right, we are not green lighting and not moving forward. If it's not to my liking, no thank you. Get it right and get it done. I mean, James Gunn has done so much. You think about his whole career, or even just at the start of Marvel Studios, doing the 3 films for Marvel Studios for the Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special he did, and then adding in the Peacemaker, and then adding in, Superman, and then adding in, the Suicide Squad, and adding in the Creature Commandos. He's done so much. Just in the last 10 years, you guys. He's a beast. So I do believe the hype, and I do believe that this world, this universe, this film can succeed. And I am so overly the moon excited for Superman. I cannot wait. I keep watching that trailer every damn day just to hear that electric guitar, playing that, John Williams theme. It just hits on all kinds of levels, you guys. But in honest discussion, I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Does a comic book movie have to make $1 billion to succeed to you, in your eyes, personally? That's something we all should be talking about, because that seems like the narrative right now, and it's always been the narrative. And you kind of have to blame Marvel, because Marvel was on that big old money train when they were just $1 billion. And so many fans got accustomed to that narrative of, if it doesn't make $1 billion, it is not a success. And I hate that. I really do. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Superman potentially crossing $1 billion at the box office. Thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching C-Roll Productions. Peace.